Welcome, everybody, to podcast 224. A little bit of a special show, a little preview for all the associations. Before we bring in all those guests, we obviously have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
First, congratulations, Kerry. Oh, yeah. We could talk about that, but congratulations on your win. That's awesome. Yeah. Like I said to you last night, you're collecting championships like Infinity Stones, and I told Kerry yesterday he should be going to Hopedale and he should be going to Timmins to try to collect them all. Like he should be.
That's a lot.
Well, he definitely has the money now. I mean, he's probably collected $20K in the last few events, so I mean that's a little bit nice. But it's congratulations, Kerry. I know we're gonna have like another portion of another podcast coming up in September. So again, like kind of worked out where we talked about it, had this plan, and he's like, "Well, we'll worry about it later." And well, it usually works out. So
it just works out that it's me that we can just postpone it and it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. No one's gonna get upset about it. But yeah, like I said, like congratulations, Kerry. Another big one. I watched the beginning part. I didn't have much time to watch Club Tour, but I know you struggled a little bit at the beginning, and you found it, and it just kind of carried through it all.
That's right, Jim. It is an echo this year. I heard Mitch talking about it. Dave Bentley's house. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Also, Jim, congratulations to you too. That's 2 years in a row that you were second place. I know that stings, but those are two phenomenal outings. So congratulations to you too.
And just for everybody that didn't get to watch it or seen the results, Jim did crush me the two prior matches we had, but I just saved it all for the end for him.
All I went back is I wanted to make sure Jim picked his corners, and he did. So,
yeah,
he's very good at that.
Jim, do you think you'd expend less energy throughout a day that long if you took a little bit of change out of your pocket? Just curious. Just curious.
I have change in my pocket.
You don't have Jim head change in your pocket.
That's fair.
Oh.
Jim carries around like 7 coin purses at this point.
Well, I mean, he did say he's an old guy, so that does make sense, right? So
Jim probably has like 50 some dollars in his pocket and change. Tim, how much do you carry around?
Oh, not a whole lot. No, but I'm just trying to think. Is he like the George Costanza of coin purses? Is that what he is? That like how that is with his wallet, right? So maybe.
Oh yeah. I figured out what you were saying.
Yeah, maybe. That was a deep reference, Tim.
It was a deep reference.
I mean, Jim's a great guy. He deserves a deep reference, right? So, So, anyways, congratulations on a great job. Well done, everyone out there, and a special congrats to John Cowan as well. No, John didn't win.
Colton Uswa.
Colton Uswa, yes. John lost in the finals. Yes.
Yeah. Thanks, Bill. Congratulations to Tim on being elected to the C5 president. We'll probably talk about a little bit more about that later too. Sure. But it's awesome.
Yeah.
I called this like 7 years ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Tim's evolution, is he a Pokemon?
Yeah. Just Snorlax over there.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Anyways, big news yesterday. I don't know if anybody caught it. TSN kind of was trying to reach out to us, Sportsnet too, but we won our slow pitch national. We won our league championship. Big news.
Yeah.
Jay Onright.
There's been one team the pitch slaps have been like our arch nemesis for years, like borderline fights. And we got their numbers, so yeah, it feels good. Lots of congratulations from the rest of the league reaching out because they don't like them either. So it was good. It was a good win.
Tim, did you politely turn down the TSN interview?
Yeah, I thought honestly it wasn't our thing, right? We're just I thought honestly
we want to be humble about it.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, for a rec team, if anybody knows, we play rec league, and there's some good players on our team like Kreitz and Jeremy, and if RJ ever showed up, right, and we have some very good girls on our team. Katie played really well last day as pitching. So I mean, we're super fortunate about that stuff. But we play rec league, only 6 teams, but we play all year, and I think we're like 13-3 this year. I think you're 11, something like that. We play really well.
Here we go. We're reaching into the States.
Yeah, excellent.
Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, so what else we got going on here? We got a couple more minutes before we got to move into our actual show where people are actually tuning in to listen to instead of us ramble along.
5PL, get your information in for schedules ASAP. We need to get those done.
Yeah, it's getting a little scary here, guys. We're running into late August again before we get schedules out. 5PL is coming in hot.
And get your shirts in. We want to get those done, so that helps the schedule out too. So, yeah,
your rosters, all that good stuff.
Has the Kingpins? I don't know if they've changed their name officially yet or anything like that. But have the Kingpins?
What do you mean by change their name?
Well, I mean, I don't know if I want to break the news on that, but they're going to a different center, right? So
yeah, they're still the Kingpins though.
No, but Heartland. I don't know if they put Heartland in there. They put Heritage.
Their Heartland's not on their jerseys, so they're good to go.
All right, there we go. Yeah, they're playing at Heritage, and obviously everybody saw that Shelby's going to be there, and I think that's going to be a great addition. Shelby's a hell of a player, so and obviously I see that they might be doing some modifications, all within spec, to help out their team, and I think that's a very cool thing.
We're allowed to address anything. This is a podcast, so like
okay, all right.
Shelby and Tweety all these years wanted to keep the original white bases, make it so their league players have to battle through. So when they go to play other tournaments, their pins over average is better at black base houses. Right. And I hear a little rumor that Heritage has switched to black bases.
I think it's good. Honestly, the scoring actually has been really good. Since like they've had that new mechanic that's been around and he's been putting a lot of work in the back.
Honestly, it has been really good. It's been really good, except for 13-14.
Actually, 13-14 is the only set of lanes that I have my 400 there, so I like
13-14. I remember Parker going off of 15-16, moving over to 13-14 after I just played on 13-14, and he was like, "I'm just glad to be off 15-16."
Yeah. Anyways, but so I think it's good for them. I think you're going to see some really big scores there, and
absolutely,
and the Open's there this year. Right. So,
right.
And I don't think that had anything to do with it, but I think that's going to be really crazy to be there. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah.
And again, like Shelby's always been one to put a lot of money into the center and for the players. So, and for the bowlers and for the experience. So, I mean, this is just another thing that he's done. Right. So, yeah, we're super excited about that.
Amazing.
I also think that we need to, Colby, I think Colby's on mute.
Colby.
Yeah.
No, Kobe's here. What's up, Kobe? Congratulations on your first win. You come on podcast and then you win. So welcome aboard. Congratulations on your first set of stars on the Duckpin Tour. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, he made a deep run at Club Tour too. He was throwing bombs.
He's a good player. Like he's just a really good player.
I know we just have a few minutes left here. But before we get our first special guest on, but we have to for 5PL. I know we're going back and forth, but the 5PL we have to redo the divisions again, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, I love this, Tim's. Okay.
Sin. Don't. It's fine.
Yeah. We are restructuring the divisions once again the same way we did last year. So there'll be random draw for the top 4 teams, then the next 4, and so on and so forth. But amazing. Alantra's quick so question, good. And then we'll give the show to Timmy. Did I get to keep the key from the lanes? You bet I did, Jason. They are shipping it to me. I offered Tom money for him to ship it to me, and he told me he will not accept my money. So who knows when I'll get it? I assume right away. But yeah, you get to keep the key. That's the coolest part of that. Yeah. I won't hang it on my wall like Mitch did, but
it's literally the coolest trophy in 5-pin bowling, I think.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet. Well, Tim, it is now your show.
Oh, it's in my show.
Me, and I will bring in the guests.
All right. First guest, obviously we all know him pretty well, but we're excited to have him back again. He's your Master Bowlers Association President of Canada, Brian Rossetti.
Brian.
Hey, Brian.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good.
Good. How are you?
Really good. Thanks for having us on. We really appreciate it. You guys are doing what you do, which is awesome. We really appreciate that for our sport. That's for sure. And of course, got to congratulate Tim on being president of C5. I look forward to working with you and your board. And, just a shout out and thank to Len Iswitson for the time that he put in as well, right?
Yeah.
So, congratulations, Tim. Look forward with working with you some more.
Yes, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. It's definitely exciting and nervous at the same time, right? So, but Len's done a great job. And I hope to fill the big shoes to fill, right? So.
Yeah, Len always made me feel, and the whole C5 board always makes us feel very welcome at your meetings.
Absolutely, yeah. But this portion is about you, Brian. So,
okay.
I know we sent some questions over, and I know some of our bowlers are super excited to know about some stuff for the upcoming season. But maybe let's touch base a little bit on the last year's Masters Nationals. Big thank you goes out to the host committee. Like a whole lot of things you don't ever plan on having to handle, and they handled it pretty good, I think.
Yeah. Well, our championships, as you know, we're in Surrey. Joan Ritchie, Joanne Borgford, and Yvonne Mazur were the chair people and ran the show. And of course, we have all the volunteers at the lanes, like Rhonda, trying to hold down the fort in Abbotsford while there's no water, so we can't bowl there. So that was, I've been to a number of nationals in my lifetime, and I've been there when it's raining outside and raining in the bowling alley, but never have I heard about no water, so we can't bowl. So shout out to Ian Walker at Scottsdale, who on short notice, for those that don't know, what happened is we had our tournament team, ladies team, go to Galaxy Lanes in Abbotsford, all expecting them to bowl. We drop them off, and then we get this phone call. Well, the city had turned off the water, city of Abbotsford, for the whole block, so they can't open the lanes, no water. So on short notice, we went back and picked them up, and we were fortunate. Ian Walker once again came through for us, and by the time they got to Scottsdale, had everything set up, and the ladies were ready to roll. So that's just our bowling world. That people come, and we have a problem, and someone steps up somewhere, and so that was a challenge for sure.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had
no water in Abbotsford. No water in Abbotsford, and then the water flooding into the banquet facilities at the same time. It's just same day.
Yeah, it's a water day. It's funny. It's a funny thing, right? Yeah. It all turned out great. They did a great job.
It did.
The BC night was a lot of fun. They had a couple three improv people, and they had everyone involved and everyone laughing. So that was good. And one thing that we rolled out, which was news for Master Bowlers of Canada, was the Team Canada Award.
Right.
So, that we wanted to do this the right way. It's been a couple of years in the making. Guillaume Charbonneau kind of headed this up with a subcommittee. But what we want to do is come up with something that was no bias, just facts. So it's on our MBAC website under achievements. You can see who won, but just a little snippet. So, tournament singles woman with the highest pinfall after 20 games. Because lots of time our reasoning was, I remember some I think it was Jeff Bourne, like he averaged like 270 and he finished last, right? Because of the timing of his match play. So we want to reward that. So tournament singles woman and man with the highest pinfall after 21 games, they get to be they get recognized. And then we have the women on a tournament division women's team with the highest pinfall after 21 games, which happened to be Heidi Mapstone. Megan Gallicano was the tournament singles woman, the highest pinfall, and tournament singles men was Jordan Schuss. And then we have the men on the tournament men's team. Matt Schultz had the highest pinfall after 21 games. Great bowling. But once again, there's not it should have been so-and-so. It should have been so-and-so. No, we just go to the stats, done deal, right?
100%.
Until we get a tie. But then, of course.
Yeah.
But then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And one of the interesting ones was the coach of the tournament division team. We feel that the coach, because it's really subjective, right? That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Whoever had encouraged their team to bowl the most pins over average in that tournament. So it did a really good coaching job. So Brenda Pankoff wins that. And for all the tournament division teams, +5. That was it. Out of all the teams that bowled.
Oh, really?
The team she coached was a +5, and everyone else was minus. So, things like that. And then we did that for the teaching senior singles, women and teaching women's team, men on the teaching men's team with the highest POA after 21 games, men or women on the seniors team with highest POA after 21 games. Well, I got to mention my buddy, Greg Gigliak. I mean,
he's unreal.
I just sat back
insane.
and watched the show. I know I'm trying so hard because he's carrying us, right? Plus 458, but he comes in with a 259 average. I mean,
yeah.
Carry not one lane. This is over 3 sets of lanes.
Yeah,
3 different lane conditions. Is amazing. Greg's amazing.
How incredible! Would he have had a chance for being Matt out if he was playing tournament?
I should have looked that up before, but no, because that's in their own division. But just for my interest, I was wondering. Yeah. I've got all the stats. I should look up and see who was higher. Right?
No, it was Matt, because I remember them talking in the room, and Matt had edged him out by like a handful of points. With a handful of pins, like that's it. Like, really good, I remember it being very well. I mean, the guy win Heritage, and then he goes out and he does that at Masters Nationals, and then he goes out and hits a hole in one. The guy is like, the best version of himself at his age. It's insane, and like the version of himself 10 years ago was amazing. It just blows my mind. That guy's gonna live to 180,
58, 60,
and still be running marathons,
right?
Yeah.
So Matt beat him by 12.
Oh,
yeah,
12 points.
Wow, Greg should have picked a couple more corners. That's all I could say.
That's right.
Always comes back to bite in the butt, missing a corner, right?
That's incredible, though. That's great.
That's awesome.
Before you go on to more stuff here, Brian, I just want to mention, like, we were asked by Rhonda and the host committee to do the live streaming out there, and we had 4 streams across the 4 centers running all day, every day. We like tens of thousands of views. Like the streams did so well, and the coordination of the hosting committee to have volunteers to help set up cameras and everything. So even all these national events or provincial events, if you have multiple houses, it can be done. So we just like to thank the Masters of Bowlers of BC and for giving us the opportunity to go out there and live stream the national event. and people can go back and watch for years to come, right?
Oh yeah, you had to say that. I think I had a 160 game. Thanks.
Hopefully it wasn't on camera,
stream.
Oh, I had to go back and watch. I'll give you my notes, Brian.
Yeah, Kerry, we appreciate it. You do a top-notch job. It's good to have you out there. It was nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to see.
So that was what we were doing in Surrey, but then I think now look forward to what we're doing in 2026 if you're interested in that.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
So we're going to Burlington, Ontario. For anyone listening at home, the opening ceremonies are June 28th and bowling starts June 29th. And then you travel for home July 8th. So we're back to our traditional dates. And Dave Johnson is president. Our chairperson is Martin Talbot. And they're kind of encouraging those people that fly into Hamilton to save them money and transportation if you can.
Yeah, and actually,
so,
Porter's going there now too, and they're a little bit cheaper sometimes. They have a direct flight right to Hamilton now.
Yes, Porter WestJet flies in there as well. Thanks, Tim.
Yeah.
So check that out. Well, every province will figure that one out what's best for them. I'm thinking I'll probably say it right now. Alberta will probably fly into Toronto because the flights coming out of Calgary, they get in at midnight. And whereas if we fly into Toronto, we can get in the afternoon, but we'll probably fly out in the morning out of Hamilton. It's just easier, but I just couldn't see if you're landing at midnight by the time you get your luggage and get in the hotel. It's just kind of tough on Alberta. So here I am speaking about Alberta. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
That's all right.
The theme, that all I know is it's retro. What retro means, we'll find out more in January. But it's kind of a retro theme, so that's what's going on there. The lanes we're using, hope to use our Echo lanes, Hopedale Bowl, and Waterdown lanes. So that's let's see. I think that's all my notes I have on that. 2027 will be in Regina. So that's so we're looking forward to see being out in Ontario, and I'm sure they'll all come through and we'll have a great show. The hotel is the Holiday Inn. We've been in the last couple of nationals, so same Holiday Inn.
Yeah, with the nice atrium in the middle. Yeah.
So you mean the bocce pit?
The bocce pit.
Okay, yeah. You know what? I might have dabbled in some. I might have dabbled into some bocce with the Clarks last time. Yeah.
We did. I think the Alberta men just have to watch what they eat this year there. So we'll have a repeat of last nationals.
Oh yeah, with Harvey and the cheese. Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Anyway. it was excellent.
So that's where we are with championships.
Okay.
I did have something that I thought would be important for your listeners. And
absolutely.
On a serious note, guys, the Coaching Association of Canada, Responsible Coaching Movement, is offering a webinar called it's about sexual grooming in sport. And it's on September the 9th from 5 to 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. It's free. And if I'd suggest, if anyone's involved on boards or something like this, or even you're a proprietor, you might get a concern someday about how to handle or an accusation of sexual grooming. And I think it's really important. Unfortunately, we all need to learn about how to handle with this, how to deal with it. So there's this free hour-and-a-half seminar. If you interested, it's presented by Veritas Solutions, VERITAS Solutions. You go to that website and click on events, and you can sign up for the seminar. So I've signed up for it, but then I sign up for a few things here and there. But I just think,
it's unfortunately,
it's part of our sport and every sport, not just ours. So this might be a heads up for your viewers if they're interested.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, with those things, you just don't know. Sometimes they're happening until they're too late. So these things are a great thing to do that. So that's September. What was it again, Brian?
September 9th.
That's Tuesday.
From 5 to 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay. Perfect. That's wonderful, Brian.
So there you have it. What else do you want to talk about? That's what I had.
Well, I don't know. Is there anything else different with the same board and everything you guys have from last few years?
Yeah, I gotta tell you, in all seriousness, and Dexter's part of our Master Bowlers of Canada board. It's probably one of the best Master Bowlers of Canada board I've been involved with, had the honor to deal with over the number of years. It's every province is very well represented. We work very well together. We create subcommittees, and the people who head up the subcommittees take things very serious, and they come back and they do what's needed to be done. And then we solve problems like creating a harassment policy. We have a lot of ideas go into that. We've got that, this Team Canada award, a good example. We brought that up. Everyone starts bantering around. That's that. Create a subcommittee. And a year later, here we are with what we've got, right? On our website, we updated our website. So, Tim, our Dexter, would you agree? I know you haven't been. Yeah. I mean, I'm a little long in the tooth as far as being on this board, but
all the meetings are very, very productive, very productive. And even at the Nationals, you can definitely get a sense that if people need a hand with things, people are willing to do so, and everyone seems to work really well together. So it is quite enjoyable sitting on that board, honestly.
Yeah, it's an honor.
I know Dex has come back, and he's pretty honest about if things are good or bad, and he always says good things about it. So he enjoys it. I know he enjoys your first vice president as well, Tim Hooper. He thinks he's absolutely phenomenal.
I hope he heals up here soon. I feel really bad for that guy. I know how much bowling means to him, so having him be put on the shelf for that for a year it's got to be hard on him. But that just means more time for sports facts for the rest of us. So looking forward to seeing those.
Yeah, Tim's. I think he's on the road to recovery, but he was still struggling most of the summer with a back ailment. That's all I'll say. But I think he's on his road to recovery. So you're right. I mean, he's at the Nationals, and he's just like this all the time. Hi, how you doing? It hurt for him to move at all.
Yeah. So I mean, I maybe like what I always say is like you only have so much time to do things, right? So we want to make sure if you have that time, you're able to do it while you can, right? Because you never know when something happens like that, right? It takes it away for a bit, right?
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah,
that's right for sure.
But we are definitely very fortunate to have him. He's a super intelligent, fair, funny guy. Like he's a good leader for Manitoba, and he's definitely a great vice president for us too. So we have a good executive.
Yeah, no, Tim's great. Absolutely.
Perfect. All right. Well, I think that's it for today, Brian, but I really do appreciate you coming on. I thank you for all your leadership and your board for being so fantastic. And like I said, I know for a fact that you guys are going to have a great Nationals in Hamilton. Maybe I hope to be there as a bowler. I hope maybe I can participate this year. And I know they're going to be in good hands for sure. So thanks again for everything for that, Brian.
Yeah. Once again, thanks for everything you guys do for the sport. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you around.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy. We'll see you next weekend.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Wonderful. Ooh. Well, big thanks for the Masters and Brian for hopping in, and we can't thank them enough. And again, like it's a great program to be part of. All different skills and ages, you can be part of competitive. all the averages, right? So make sure you guys look at your local province, right? We want to make sure you guys go support that.
And honestly, it's the association. Like when you go to nationals, you actually have some downtime, which is nice because like there's a lot of nationals or even like tour events you go to where you don't have downtime, especially if you're like five shifting or something like that. Like you don't get downtime. So Masters is really great for that because there's so many people you could socialize with and connect with and go and do things and see the country in different places. So definitely a great program to get involved with.
Unless your city shuts down the water and then you have to go bowl later in the day.
I mean,
Ian was a hero. Ian is a really good dude. We've known him a long time, and he is, he's very good for what he does. Yes, absolutely.
I think you have the right people in place, part of your committee, things like that happen, and you can always maneuver and figure out a solution with the people you have in place that are that good, right? So,
yeah. Was somebody coming on for Bowl Canada?
No. I'll hop in for Bowl Canada. Okay. I reached out to Lee and to Paul, and unfortunately, their executive is busy. As you know, it's kind of crunch time for proprietors out there when leagues probably are starting for most of them next week. And Lee sends her regards. Lee had their opening welcome to their league and to their center for their league bowlers. So obviously, that's a very important night for them. But they did send us some information. We can touch base on that in just in 2 seconds because I know you guys probably want to see our faces. But for now, a couple quick things that we got from their AGM that I talked to Mom and I kind of got the information on that. YBC Nationals are going to be in Winnipeg. So we're excited to go out to Winnipeg once again for the YBC Nationals. Obviously, their programs out there are very good. They don't have the center selected just yet. That's going to come out in the next couple of months. But the event's going to be on May 4th to 6th. And the travel days will be the 3rd and the 7th. So,
it's got to be nice hosting in a place like Winnipeg, just because, right now it's getting harder and harder to host nationals in places just because of lane beds. We have, different centers shut down constantly. We just lost Galaxy and Thunder Bay. At least with Winnipeg, that there is a lot of bowling alleys, the most bowling alleys per capita in the country, and they're all quality centers. So hosting there is kind of a risk-free event. They're going to do a good job, and that they're going to have the lanes, right? So it'll be good to go back there.
Yeah. So they're going to be there. It's kind of a good spot for them. If anybody's aware with how YBC's been kind of going around, Shelby was the first one to do 100% membership for free for YBC, no cost or anything like that. So that's there. And then what Winnipeg did is all the centers in Winnipeg have hopped in and done the same thing. So it's a really good time for them to hop in and do that in Winnipeg. So kind of a good timing for that on that aspect.
All of them did it.
All of them. All
that's crazy.
All the centers. They did a collaboration together and they all agreed on it and they went ahead with it. So
that's awesome. And their youth program out there has already been phenomenal over the last decade. So that's great for Winnipeg for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, kudos to proprietors hopping in on that, right? So, and I know other ones out there. I know, I don't want to miss anybody, but I know Jamie Peddle does that in Newfoundland as well at Plaza. He offers the free bowling as well out there. So there's some centers out there that are hopping in, trying to save. I would say save and make it affordable for youth bowling, right? So give them a kind of a quick shout out and kudos to them on that. Obviously maybe we can talk about elections. As I mentioned earlier, Lee Hanley, she's been president for a few years already, and I think she's been on the executive for over 10. She's out in Georgian Bowl out in Collington, Ontario. She's your president. You also have on the board, in no particular order, you have Jamie Noonan, friend of the show, Dolphins fan. Out in Rosmere, Lanes, out in Winnipeg, Manitoba. You have Mike Freelick from Duncan Lanes in BC. He's more of their 10-pin chair, so he's their 10-pin representative. As we spoke a little bit earlier, you have Jamie Peddle from Plaza Bowl in Newfoundland, so he's brand new to the board. And if you know a little bit about bowling, this is kind of exciting, but Merlin Bunnage is part of that board now from Kelowna.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, and Merlin has a wealth of knowledge. He owns McCurdy's. They have their own craft brewery down there, and included as 5 and 10 pin. He's quite the avid bowler, was at least back in the day. He was quite the player. So it's definitely a great addition to that board, Dex. Right? I know Kerry might not know Merlin, but Merlin's a good individual to have. So
yeah, his center is the biggest in Kelowna. It's a very large center. It's beautiful, but he's definitely more on the 10-pin side than the 5-pin side personally. But he is also a good 5-pin player. But he'd be a wealth of knowledge for that board for sure. That's excellent.
Yeah. And then I was just some things that they are including now, are changing, or considering changing. Was there for the YBC Nationals? They're talking about maybe considering changing the scoring system, how it works for teams. They're talking about individual points and a team total points. So instead of being 1 point or 2 points, whatever the total was worth, now it's going to be 3 points or something like that. So you're going to add a different, maybe possibly adding different scoring. I don't know what that's for, but I think it's honestly, it's a good solution. I'm not opposed to it. I think it's a good idea. And I also think, honestly, there's a lot of ties out there last year. I noticed, right? Maybe that has something to do with it too, right? Yeah. Every time I turn around, Kerry didn't have enough cameras for everything. So it was, there was a lot of ties at the end, and that was also exciting as well. Don't get me wrong with that. And then they changed the singles vacancy again. So if you didn't have a full, all the provinces weren't there, they changed. Remember this year they had the singles, or they're gonna if you're playing a bye,
mean average.
It was your mean average of that game. And I think from my understanding, it's the mean average of all the previous 3 years worth of averages from that division. So they're already going to have that, like a number already ahead of time before you play that out, which makes more sense.
It's way because I mean there were a couple times where somebody would shoot a 400 and then somebody else would shoot a 300. Then all of a sudden you needed to shoot 330 in order to win your match.
So at least
and you didn't know what that number was. So that I think that's a good solution. That's a good change.
Yeah. So like at least you have a number going in there, right? Obviously, I don't know if you watch much TV, but the new Bowl Canada commercial is awesome. Like it was well done. I don't know if Kerry has TV. No. So anyways, but the Bowl Canada commercial was awesome. It's been out on TV. It's been all over Canada. And it's I like it. It's a good idea for that. So it was funny because we were at the C5 meetings and Len Elison was there and he's like, do you know who made that? I was like, I think it has to be Bowl Canada. He's like, this is crazy because he watched the video and his mom and dad were in there. I didn't know. So it was kind of cool. His son was watching up from Grand Prairie, and he's like, "I see Grandpa and Grandpa in there," and it was so. I mean, that's kind of cool, right? I think that's pretty.
That's awesome.
Well, just a little self promotion here. The 5PL is looking for advertisers in the commercial packages. So Bowl Canada, if you're looking for a spot in bowling, we got a spot for you.
That's right.
Well, Kerry's a marketing guy. I'm sure he can reach out to somebody there if they want. Yes, but it was a well done video on that. Obviously, the Hall of Fame. They have their own Hall of Fame there, and they inducted Walter Heaney. So fabulous choice there. Yep. So he got in there on that aspect. But the one thing they kind of wanted to mention to us was their online shootout through Canada Cup here. So I don't know how many of you guys are out there that know about this, but we kind of keep this in. Like we run it at our center, and honestly, the bowlers that are part of it, they enjoy it. It kind of gives them a little bit of a push, and they also give them something to follow along online, right? But there is money into it as well. So the 2025 Canada Cup Online Shootout is an exciting new twist on Bowl Canada's online championship aimed at keeping adult league bowlers active and engaged in the sport on a playing field that's fair to all. It's inclusive to all league bowlers, including Bowl Canada membership center leagues. YBC bowlers may participate if they meet the criteria. Teams must be purchased by the bowling center, or the bowlers may purchase the teams directly online. So if your center is not running this, or you maybe don't get that information, you can reach out to them and purchase one yourself. I know we had to put the scores in, and I apologize for Kevin for being always tardy on it. But you would have to submit your own scores. Teams are in the 5-pin event are 5-player and non-gender specific. Team event is pins over average. So there's no scratch, but it's open to everybody. Anybody can win. All team members of the team will automatically be entered into classified singles as well, which are decided scratch within class. Team entry fee, obviously in there is $75, with 24 of each entry directed to the team prize pool and another 24 right to the singles prize pool. So they're doing a little bit of something. I don't think the singles was part of it last year. So they're adding a little bit of a flair to that, and that's a good idea for anybody out there. Obviously, participating centers may hold qualifying rounds if they want to, or you can just purchase your spot and go straight forward into this championship. All teams and bowlers advancing to the national online event shall bowl in 5-week qualifying rounds using the 3 regular weekly league scores bowled in each week towards the online shootout scoreboards. Pre-bowls and those scores may be used. And I know if there's any questions about pre-bowls or whatnot, they do reach out about that. So the top 9 teams from each week, team and singles classification, shall advance to the bracketed finals along with any ties. So the remaining spots is up to a 64. And we fill the wild cards. Bracketed round we'll see the fields in both singles and team events kind of half each week until the champions have been declared, and single classifications will be announced early in the season. So as you can see, it starts right at the bottom there. It starts October 27th is when you want to get your entries in. I know I was rambling a little bit, but if you're wanting to see this, please make sure you reach out to us, and we're more than happy to send it out to you guys. It's definitely a great event. They run a youth one later in the year, and it's massive. Like it is.
It is. The youth one is huge. But I do like the fact that they've added in a scratch singles into this too. Because if you're going to do POA, then at least that kind of makes it good for everybody, right? A lot of the higher average teams aren't going to want to do POA, but if there's a single scratch component of it, then you could do that too. So now it actually is good for everybody. So I like that. That's really good. It'd be interesting to see what those average classes are. Yeah, no,
it'd be good that way. And like when it comes to the YBC one, make sure you talk to your center as well. I think it's only like $7 to get participate in it. One for scratch and $7 if you don't go for POA. And if you have an opportunity, honestly, the kids do so well on that. It's so good. And honestly, I think Jamie was the one who started it too. So give another shout out to Jamie. Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty forward thinking with these things for sure.
Yeah, the Online Canada Cup, obviously, the national classifieds was replaced, I think, in 2016 with the Canada Cup that was in person, and then they started to go towards this. Yeah. So, anyways, it's a great event. I hope the proprietors in Bowl Canada and all the provinces the best. I know they're going to run a great event, and I know I can only speak on behalf of Bowl Alberta, but I know they have some really other great events that are bringing through. So make sure you guys follow along to the proprietors. And if you have any questions out there for anybody, we would love to help you out with that, and we can direct you to the right people. All right. Perfect. All right. Any other questions for me, boys? Or are we good?
No,
we're good. You handled Bowl Canada well.
No, they did a great job. Thanks for Paul for sending it out to us, and Lee for
at least there was lots of information there, so that's good. That's what we're looking for.
All right.
Now to the C5.
Right. So, since obviously I am one of the hosts here, I want to bring in another C5 member. a part of our executive. He's brand new to it as well. I thought I would invite him to get his feet wet a little bit and help me out. I think is only fairest way. So I'll speak a little bit and he'll speak a little bit as well. So on behalf of the Canadian 5-Pin Bowlers Association, we have our second vice president, Tim Gadd.
The better Tim is appropriate.
I'm gonna put the Tim side by side. Welcome
Okay.
aboard.
Oh,
You're muted. Oh no.
you're muted.
No, it's not muted. His mic isn't muted. It's just we just can't hear him.
Do you have a physical mic that's muted, maybe, Tim? Oh,
All right.
no.
Well, while he's doing that, I do want to. We have some things we will obviously want to say. I want to thank Len Elifson for so many good years. 4 years as president. Obviously, he's been vice president in the past as well, and treasurer as well. I think he had every other role in there except for second vice president, and I want to thank him for all his hard work on that. He did mention it's been 25 years that he was there since his first time as part of the C5 board. There we go. And I know
there we go.
And I know it's definitely not going to be the last time we see Len. Len's done some great stuff out there. So we do want to thank that as well. So welcome, Tim.
Thank you. Sorry for technical difficulties there.
No.
I apologize first. I think I crashed your guys' Facebook with all my fans wanting to watch because Facebook live stream died.
Yeah.
No, we
It
found
looks
that out.
like we're having the Facebook one back. We're getting comments from Facebook now, so I don't know.
It's
I'm
the first
I'm
time we've
confused.
there.
Just
Yeah,
all
it's
those
just-
people logging in to watch me. I know about 2 people upstairs, probably my wife and kid. That's about it.
So yeah, welcome aboard, Tim. Happy to have you, my friend.
Yes, congrats on the new role.
Thank you. Very excited for it. Definitely going to be a big change. Like I got some big shoes to fill, but I'm very excited to get it part of C5 and really do my part to help out with the sport of 5-pin.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I know.
Do we have another Tim that could take like first vice so we can collect all the Tims?
No.
Tim's.
Obviously, like I'm excited too. It's nervous and exciting times, but I know we have a good board, Tim, and I know that obviously having Sheila there, I think that it's absolutely fantastic.
Sorry, Vanessa, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
We definitely need you to keep at least one Tim grounded.
Yeah.
So like that's good. That's good.
But yes, it obviously having Sheila there is definitely a huge help, and I know she's really the backbone of our association, right? So we kind of said it best is if we didn't have Sheila, I mean we all are volunteers on this board. If we didn't have Sheila, we'd be in a lot of hurt, right? Because she does a lot of great stuff for us.
And really, like Sheila's probably going to kill me for saying this. She has more experience than I have years alive. So she's only been around for over 35 years. So
Yeah.
we appreciate that experience.
She's very structured and she's very organized. And like that is so important in an association to have a person like that.
Yes, 100%. I guess we should reach out about our executive a little bit. Our first vice president, obviously, is Vanessa Gouvreau. We also have our second vice president right here is Tim Gadd from Northern Ontario. Our treasurer is Steve O'Brien from Northwest Territories. We're kind of doppelgangers, so we look like brothers a little bit. We have Andrea Stratischuk as part of our delegate at large, or formerly Huber, if you knew her from that way, but from Saskatchewan. We have Melinda Miller, and we have Valerie Kneebone as well from PI. So we have a great group of individuals, and it was pointed out that this is the first time ever on the C5 board there's more ladies than guys. So kudos to that. It shows empowerment, right? So
I actually think that's a good thing.
Quite spread out too, right? Like when we book our meetings, it's going to be a bit of a pain because you got PI, Alberta, Northwest Territories. We're all over the place, but it's really good spread out.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty young board too, which is nice.
Yes. I other than, like, if you look at it, I'm second oldest on the executive, right? Vanessa and Tim are younger than I am. So
you got the hairline like an old man, so it's perfect.
I do. That I do. Jesus. But yes, obviously we want to maybe do a quick shout out to our host centers this year, and you want to do that, Tim?
Yep. So 2026, we'll go with IP Nationals first because that's first on my list here.
Yeah.
So we're going to Winnipeg this year. It'll be at Billy Mosienko Lanes. They do have 2 floors there, so everything will be done there. Youth Challenge. Last year, thankfully, Calgary jumped on to host. If you don't know, I was part of a committee that really fought to bring Youth Challenge back. As you know, Viking Universe was involved in streaming the virtual one the year before, but thankfully we got it back in person. I think everybody enjoyed that. So we're coming back. We'll be in Edmonton now this year, and it'll be at Bonnie Doon Lanes. Quick note about the Youth Challenge part. Last year, we tried that new format with the point system for the championship round. Something that was brought up at our AGM this year is just that we want to look at revamping that point system a little bit to make it a little bit more fair. So that's something we'll be working on before our January SAGM, just to try and revamp that and make sure we're really doing everybody justice.
Yeah.
Then Open Nationals, we're heading to the Rock, St. John's, Newfoundland. And I don't think they really had the lanes set up, like which ones we're using at 18. Right. They're talking about using the 3 different centers, but it's not for sure yet.
Yeah, they talked about either using the 3 different centers or they're talking about maybe just using Plaza. So they haven't fully committed to that yet. In 2013, I know Tim wasn't there, but in 2013, we used 3 different ones and it worked out very well as well. It just depends on contingent size. And I think the biggest hurdle they will have is they won't be able to host at St. Pat's, right? Because St. Pat's is only 8 lanes and our ladies and actually all the contingents are bigger than that, right? So that's where they might be leaning towards more Plaza because just on size wise, right? So
because Plaza's 32. Plaza's 32 and right. Holiday is 12.
Yeah. Holidays, 12, and Paradise is 12.
Plaza's, right? Paradise is 12. Yeah.
So they have a little bit, depends on that, right? I kind of want, so Newfoundland's going to be there. The same group of people are going to be, they ran the IP and the Masters are going to be doing the same for the Open. And if you were there for both those events, it was phenomenal, right? So
absolutely.
So we have nothing to worry about on that aspect.
Both locations have like a really great core of volunteers, both Newfoundland and Winnipeg. So you know that you're going to be in good hands.
Yeah.
Another part with the Nationals is we're moving everything to virtual coaches meetings now. That was something I was discussed at the AGM. Just something to make it a little easier for those provinces to get in, give them a little bit more choices on the flight times instead of everybody trying to rush. And we all know how airports are nowadays with being canceled or delayed. So they'll give us a little bit more opportunity to make it easier on our provinces to get there.
Yeah. And I think we've done it. We did it for Youth Challenge. And I think the biggest thing we found was, like, you're right, Tim, was people, especially when they're looking for pickups or information or stuff like that, they can know where they're going in the airport. They know where to be picked up, right? Know what they're expecting before they show up. And even the fact is, there obviously things, as much as you get, try to dot your I's and cross your T's, there's things that, you have to fix or change. At least you're not doing it on the fly. You have an opportunity to get it done maybe a little bit earlier and catch that, so you don't have to be on a rush when you get there, right? So a little bit easier that way. So that you're definitely right there, Tim. That was a good point on that aspect.
Yeah, I think it'll really help us out with just coordinating everything. And like you said, catching those errors beforehand instead of us rushing that last minute, right? That's never fun for anybody.
Right. And another rule that we have changed as well for the Open National Singles, competitors, they must declare the coach that's going to be in their stepladder playoffs by the end of single qualifying to their manager to pass along to the C5 delegate. because sometimes it's just a little bit chaos. You want to make sure that they're certified properly. And so we have that as a new rule as well. Most times you have an idea who you're going to have, and it's probably nice for the coach to know ahead of time too, so he can plan what he's doing as well, right? So, and get a game plan ahead of time. So that definitely changed as well.
Him or her, Mr. President, him or her.
Yes. Right. yes. Obviously, there were some other new changes as well. One of them is the personal bowling balls. You do not need to have engraving on it anymore. We said you can have distinguished markings. Now that can be like a marker or a wax. Well, yeah, obviously if it's a wax crayon, you have to do it multiple times or whatever it is. Simply put, there's not enough centers out there that engrave, right? And sometimes, like for example, out from our center, people are driving 2 hours away to get their balls engraved, and I just think that's really it's a lot. So there's other options at least that we can help out our bowlers that way. And how many times I don't know about you guys, but how many times you buy a bowling set of bowling balls, maybe at a national level, they can't engrave it and you want to use them right away.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So that's one. We also put in the event of a mechanical breakdown during play involving a pin setter, when it comes to your shields, shield judge of play can be utilized similar to that of a foul line judge. Following the C5 PBA standards and specs, the judge will give up to 5 seconds for the machine to cycle. So if you are in an event or anything like that, you can have a judge of play assigned to that set of lanes, and you can use your stopwatch on your iPhone or whatever else, and you can do it that way. So the biggest thing is, I think in the past, there's been some issues with some perfect games, and we want to make sure those people I use my Dremel. Perfect.
Yeah.
But it's an option for that as well. So we have that option in there. Obviously, I want to shout out to a few people for the next one. Approved equipment list. We have an approved equipment list with updated bowling balls, and we also have a chart that we're going to be posting with their specs and characteristics. So I want to thank obviously Dex, Sean Barrow, and Chris Roth for helping out with that. Didn't realize how many balls there were, but there's 55 of them. So I want to thank that, and that includes some of the duck pin ones as well. So we reached out and got that information. So big thank you to that.
And thank you to the duck pin community too, knowing that like there's a few people that we can reach out to that community and get that information, because that information, some of these bowling balls are 60 years old. Some of them were last made in the 1970s, right? So like, it's great that we have resources. So thank you to all of them.
Yeah.
Just because I saw Danny pop up there, I want to give him a shout out too. So we created what called a social media committee. You might see our post today with the Hall of Fame and kind of see that we're doing a little bit of branding and things like that. So we do have a committee that I'm chairing with. Obviously, Danny's on there. He's kind of the go-to guy, being a marketing guy. I'm going to butcher her name, and I apologize. Mode is on the social media committee as well. We got Melinda. I'm trying to remember who's all on the committee now. Drawing blanks. Sorry?
Tyler's on there as well.
Oh, yes. Tyler Ticat as well. And I think that's really it at this point. So we're just trying to really work on social media presence. As we know, the C5 social media presence hasn't been, I would say, busy. So we're going to work on improving that. We will have lots of scheduled posts here right up to the beginning of the season. You'll see different profiles from different Hall of Famers all the way through. You're going to see a post about updates from our AGM, like we just kind of mentioned here tonight. And that social media hopefully will start taking off on the C5 end of things.
That's awesome.
And I know they started last year, and it's going to continue, but it's a good start for us, I think, right? So we had to start somewhere, and we appreciate like those ones are hopping in and helping us out. And if you want to get involved, I'm sure Tim can help you out in a way to get you involved on that, right? So it was super nice. This is the first time since I've been part of the C5, they actually created another committee. So when you go to the meetings for SAGM and AGM, you have a technical committee meeting, and you have a a finance, and then you have a governance, and we all get split up into those things, and we have things we have to work on during the meeting and after the meeting and between meetings. And this is the first time they actually added in a marketing and communication and all that stuff. So it's a great idea, and I think I'm excited that we have a lot smarter people than myself doing it, like Danny and all those other ones. They do a great job. So we're super excited about that.
The one person I did forget was Megan Gallicano is also involved with that and helping out. She had a lot of great ideas. Also, so we don't forget, we wanted to mention about last year's Sportsmanship Award. I know there's some comments made about who got it at the Open, but we know the huge hit at the Youth Challenge and at the POA as well, or IP, sorry. That Sportsmanship Award, which was brought in with an idea from PEI, just been a huge hit and will continue for years to come.
Yeah. Kerry obviously was there in Calgary. Grayson winning was it was awesome.
That was amazing.
He was so good. And
well deserved for sure.
I think the person who won it at the Open was well deserved too.
There's a lot of it. Oh, no, because there was, yes.
It was Daphne, right?
Daphne won it for the mix, and I thought Daphne was absolutely great.
Amazing, yeah.
Excellent.
I know they had one for each division, right, Deck? So,
right.
The ladies, it was, I think, Megan Gallicano. I forget what the men's, right? And then I know Brad Glenn won for singles, I think it was. And I know Bob Kovic from Manitoba won the IP. And all of them, honestly, it was great. Like, it was nice to have some recognition on that. You're right, Tim. And it was super nice to have PI bring that up. I thought it was a great idea.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Been a great addition to our awards for sure.
Yeah, Sly won the men's one. How can we forget about Sly?
Right. Yeah. Honestly, all of them deserve it. So, I think that's a great award.
Yes. And I guess that's another good transition into something we're really trying hard is trying to be bilingual, like super bilingual on all our posts and making sure everybody's included that way. I know Tim's done a great job of that as well.
Yeah, I usually get it fact checked by Vanessa first. Like today with the Hall of Fame one, I had it written there and I sent it to her and then she totally changed it. So I don't even want to know what I had in there to begin with, but thankfully she fixed it before we posted it. We're all good.
Yeah. I definitely.
Tim ain't going to be able to help you. So
no. And I think for over all those years, it's always been English, right? And I think it's a really nice touch if we do that properly for everybody.
Absolutely.
Right?
That's very, very important. Very important.
Yes. And I guess maybe one of the final things we can talk about is the Hall of Fame, right? So I think it's kind of the little bit of the, oh, perfect. Look at that, eh? It's kind of the pinnacle thing we all always look forward to. So obviously we kind of maybe touch base on them. For builder, we have Bill Cuthbert from Saskatchewan. Bill is actually a former C5 president, and he's also a lifetime member of the C5. So that was a great one. Also, Annette Bruno, former president of the C5. So both of them are well-deserving from Alberta. When it comes to coach, Desiree Ticat from Alberta got that. For people that don't know, she has 5 gold medals as a coach just for C5. She won 10 consecutive Youth Challenge provincials in Alberta, which is, for anybody who understands Alberta provincials, for Youth Challenge is tough. Winning 10 of them straight it's quite the feat. So well-deserved on that. And honestly, some amazing people when it comes to the players. You have Sandy Horton, multi-time Double Crown winner from Ontario. So she deserves to be there. Obviously, Natalie Prant, she's a phenomenal player, multiple golds. I know she won a singles as well. I know Alex is super happy. That's Alex Amir's mom. And Jeff Bourne from Manitoba. Jeff was great. He has, I think, at least six master golds, including a C5 gold in there, singles gold, and some cash wins as well. Jeff has been 58 years, he says he's been bowling. So that's quite something there. And our very own from Alberta, Heidi Mapstone, I think underrated. People don't necessarily, know what Heidi's done, but she's won close to 8 national golds. plus her all-stars.
Underrated, but she's in the Hall of Fame.
Right, but I mean, in all
together.
fairness, you look at it, and sometimes you have somebody like a Baker, you have a Jenna. She's not a high personality unless you get to know her in the pit, right? So all of them are very well deserving. I had the fortunate to give them a call, and usually we send out a letter, and I said we're going to try to give them a call. There was some tears, there was some silence on the phone, and then there was a little bit of profanity on the other one, and we can guess that one. And now it goes out of pure excitement, right? So all of them are going to be the chance to be inducted into the Hall of Fame or be there on June 6th in Newfoundland. We're going to do that at the Victory Banquet. So all of them said they're going to be there. So I'm really excited to have them there. Right now, I will say for those people out there, we get a lot of applications in there. So please talk to your local association because you send applications through them. And so they can send them forward to the national committee. We want to have as many as we can get in there. So
that was the other change we made this year at the AGM too, right?
Yes.
Tim, was about how we can submit now one male and one female in each category per province, just to help get those pools up a little bit bigger and try and recognize more people here.
Correct. So in the past, each province is allowed to send one player, one builder, and one coach. So now we're able to send one male and one female of each division, right? So I think that helps us kind of build the pool up a little bit more too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Amazing.
We're super excited about it. So
big things, big changes kind of across all the associations. I think that's amazing that's happening. And I'm looking forward to obviously all the things you guys are doing. And one thing, I'm part of obviously the WCBT and 5PM Universe. We've tried to really step up our social media as well. It's great to see the C5 is following suit and trying to catch up. Social media has been around for 20 years, and it's kind of funny that we're just starting to jump on the guns here.
I have to say it's super tough. Unless I'm not nearly as good as I'll be the first one to admit that, but the people we have in that committee are super smart. They schedule posts. They know how to.
That's a very good committee. And I think the thing is that with people being super busy, that feels like the first thing that kind of just, gets forgotten about because it's sporadic when people do it. So it's something that people need to designate time to and actually sit down and plan ahead to do it. Because if you don't do that, then you just forget about it. It's the easiest thing to forget. So I'm glad that we're having people that are on board that are able to do that and plan ahead. I just wish Facebook would let you plan more than a month in advance. That would be nice.
No, that's fair. Yeah. No, we're fine. Like I said, and we're the starting of the Hall of Fame post today, right?
Awesome.
It was a little bit jazzed up, and I know Tim did a good job of that, and it's just something we can simple do, right? Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. All right.
Well, thanks, Tim, for coming on.
No problem. Just one last plug here. The National Coaches Week's coming up. So September 15th to 21st. There'll be a lot of free courses online through Coach Canada. Make sure you check them out. I'm sure there'll be a lot of good ones offered. So
awesome.
Perfect. Well, thanks guys for having me.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure talking to a Tim that's better than the one we got.
Hey, thanks guys.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. Bye, Tim. Bye. All right.
Awesome.
And obviously, there's more associations out there. We understand we kind of hit on the national bits. We just want to leave this little tidbit of information for everybody. The WCBT is going to be in full swing in September. Starting off with the Beef Bowl, a new addition to the tour. Obviously, with Regina stepping back, Beef Bowl has stepped in, and we can't thank them enough for being part of the tour and to kick off the season. So, Beef Bowl, Autumn Open, TPC, Manitoba Open, Heritage Traditional, and we're still working out the details for Tour Finals and Gallagher Cup. And there's a new membership format coming out there for you all. It's already posted on the website. You can go check it out, but we'll be hitting social media with all the details and give our membership and future membership the insight on how they can sign up and how it all works.
And new logo.
Yeah, new logo. I don't even have that wrapped up to me. You didn't send me anything. I'm on the president of the board, and I still don't.
But while we're getting that up there, obviously, I think it's very important to thank all your local volunteers, your provincial and your national. Thankless amount of hours and dedication to our sport. Our sport is very heavily driven by volunteers, and it wasn't for like these two other gentlemen here and other ones we brought on tonight, we wouldn't be what we have today, right? So make sure you appreciate them. And I know all the associations out there are more than happy to listen to you if you have any great ideas or any questions you have. Here we go.
There you go. 10 years on tour for the WCBT. So it's the 10th year of the tour, and we hope to see you all out there that are going to be competing. If not, Club Tour was amazing. So go hit up Club Tour events. That was fun too.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, we should wrap this one up. Anything else, guys?
No. Next week is the Frames of Shame, and I know they have everything planned perfectly. So we're looking forward to having a great new podcast next week with them.
I do believe they have a special guest coming on, and it's not somebody that's been on podcast before. So
perfect.
Do tune in.
It'll be exciting.
Yes.
It'll be exciting.
Oh, and positive note, the Jays won.
Yeah. Addison Barger double at the bottom of the 8th, and then Hoffman actually came in and did something decent. So
I'm surprised that guy still has a job.
Yep, me too. Me too.
We'll see you guys later.
All right, see you guys later.
Awesome. Thanks.